Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're putting on our detective hats, really digging into a visual puzzle. Edouard Manet's A Masked Ball at the Opera. Hmm. Our mission, basically, is to see how Manet just masterfully plays with space and, well, perception in this piece. He really challenges how we think about visual depth. Get ready, because Manet pulls some surprising tricks here.
Yeah, it's fascinating. And what's interesting right off the bat is that this painting, it was done about 10 years after another one, sometimes called A Night at the Opera.
Mm.
It's almost like a redo, a reimagining of that same theme. You've got the similar well-dressed men, the women in light dresses.
Right, so if the subjects are basically the same kind of thing, what makes this one, A Masked Ball, so different, so sort of captivating in how it handles space? Let's dive into that with you right now.
Okay, let's unpack this then. What's really, really striking about A Masked Ball at the Opera is just how, well, radically different Manet's approach to spaces compared to maybe earlier works or what you'd expect. Instead of deep space, the whole scene feels incredibly blocked, almost closed off. Exactly. That sense of depth you might anticipate is just gone. Instead, you get what feels like, a thick wall right at the back. And Manet achieves this almost architecturally. You can picture it. There are these two big vertical columns, right? And a massive horizontal beam. They sort of slam the door shut on the scene. They don't just frame it. They really emphasize the canvas's own flatness, its height and width. And then there's this other large rectangular shape, repeated, that kind of seals off the bottom. It just cancels out any feeling of deep space.
Wow. So the effect of all that compression, it's like the people are physically squeezed, isn't it? Pushed right up against the front, almost like they're spilling out at you.
Yes, exactly. And that creates this really interesting optical thing, what some call the convex-concave phenomena. It's as if the figures are literally bulging forward, pushing out towards you. And the dominant black of the suits, the dresses, they act like these solid visual barriers. They completely surround, enclose all the bright colors, trapping them. There's no room for space to breathe behind them. So what you, the viewer, end up seeing isn't really space in the normal sense. It's more like layers, maybe? These distinct plates or volumes, areas of color and shape, and they feel like they're being projected forward right into your eyes.
Okay, but here's where it gets really interesting. Despite all this feeling of closure, there's one opening, isn't there? The painting's only real opening.
Right. And this unique opening, it's located completely at the very, very top of the picture, way up high. But crucially, it's not like openings you normally see in paintings, leading to sky or light or some background scene. This opening, it does not open to any real depth, nor to things like sky, light. The only funny part, the ironic twist, is that it opens only to feet.
Feet.
Yeah, just feet. Some trouser legs, these sort of fragmented bits dangling there.
Just feet and trousers.
Yeah.
That's such a deliberate subversion, isn't it? He's almost mocking the idea of an opening leading somewhere.
Precisely. It creates this really strange effect. It's like the scene just restarts above the frame or maybe repeats infinitely upwards. That's why people talk about it having a tapestry effect or a wall effect or even like wallpaper,
Like wallpaper. Yeah, I could see that.
And those little feet sort of mockingly dangling there, they really signal the magical, almost artificial quality of this space. It's not trying to be a real perceived space. It's more like a game of areas and colors, just scattered and repeated, top to bottom.
So, connecting all this then, what does it all mean? What was Manet really trying to do with these strange spatial choices?
Well, it seems to tie directly back to Manet's deliberate choice to redefine what a painting is. Even though he's painting a similar theme to his earlier work, here he just completely seals off the space, shuts it down. And the really profound insight, I think, is that the painting itself, through these very specific choices about space, it ends up representing the material reality of painting. It's about oil paint on a flat canvas. It's almost like he's reminding us, hey, remember, this isn't a window, it's paint.
Right.
The painting is basically commenting on its own flatness, its own nature as a made object, not just a picture of something.
That's a really profound way to look at it. So Manet with A Masked Ball, he's deliberately messing with our ideas of depth and space to create this fascinating, almost self-aware statement. It's not just about the ball, it's about painting itself.
Exactly. And this raises a really important question for how we look at art, doesn't it? How can artists use these basic tools, perspective, color, composition, not just to show us something, but to actively challenge how we see, to even make us think about the art form itself? And maybe how does knowing this change the way you look at other paintings, even ones that do seem to have deep, realistic space?
That's a great question. Manet's work really pushes us then to look beyond just the subject, to think about the canvas itself, how he turns this scene into a captivating, as you said, game of areas and colors.
Hmm.
It makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other flat things around us, maybe things we see every day, might actually hold a kind of hidden, manipulated visual world if we look closer. Something to think about. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.